Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Today is Saturday, December 10th. I am not Christmas shopping. I'm currently watching the Army-Navy game, and I decided let's make a video. And I've been talking to you guys about my card room, so I thought let's do a quick tour and let's take a look. All right, now what you see here is the entryway to the card room. I was inspired by someone on either Instagram or Facebook. He had custom cabinets made, and he had this incredible collection of like T206, a lot of pre-war stuff that filled up in the entire wall, nicer than the way I have it in front of me. So it inspired me to do that with my empty hallway. You see I have 5 cases here. I bought them all from Pinzani Display Company. And one wall, the far wall with the 3 display cases, are all Dodger cards from 1909 through the present day players. And on the right, I have Hall of Famers or almost Hall of Famers, basically from like 1948 to present day. Though the present day cards will be moving out soon. They're going to get their own display case. I'm going to go deeper into the display cases after I show you the card room. So let's just walk on in and you can take a look there. You see some of my cards here, and I apologize in advance. There's going to be some glare here, and it's just, there's no way to avoid it. All right, so here's my card room, which is also a bedroom, which is also my office. I'm fortunate enough that I live alone, with the exception of my cat. So I'm the only one who uses the office, and the bedroom is used like if family members come over and spend the night. But this is where I use this is where I do all my stuff for cards and also do my work stuff. So let's walk on in. I'm gonna try to go from right to left here. You see a kitty condo back there. Let's see, here's my desk. And there is usually where I'm watching videos of sometimes of you guys, of YouTubers, or I'm watching baseball games or hockey games, football games. But here's my desk. I took my computer away for the moment. Got my fingers in the way there. Sorry about that. And this will give you a little bit of a preview of what my next few videos are going to be. My play ball auction winnings showed up yesterday. So, and then I have these upper deck promo cards, Joe Montana, Barry Sanders. These were given away at the National, I want to say somewhere in the mid-90s. I could be wrong. So, but the play ball cards, those will be some of my next videos. And you see I might have some baseball books here and some collector's book. I have the collector's handbook. I think I got that from PSA, a Dodger trivia book. Baseball card team checklist book. I think Beckett released this back in the 90s. And then I just have some catalogs here. Larry Fritsch, All-Star Cards, Beckett Vintage Collector. I subscribe to that. A magazine, Sports Illustrated, commemorating the Rams Super Bowl. And then I have some auction house catalogs, PSA. And I keep some of these just for reference or just to be able to look at. My friends like looking at these things when they come over, and that's also a good reference tool. So that's my case, my bookcase, so to speak. Now this empty wall over here, I have literally decided in the last week with the play ball winnings, I'm going to put up 2 display cases, 2 36 card display cases, and that's where my complete set will end up going up one day. When I finish, I am only a little over 50% done. So that empty walkway or that empty wall is going to eventually be the home of the 41 play balls. Here's one of my Dodger walls. I apologize already for the glare. I am a big fan of the big blue Wrecking Crew Dodgers of the 70s and the 80s. These were my heroes growing up, and to this day when, Clayton Kershaw, Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, and Ron Say could walk into a room and I would immediately gravitate towards Ronce and become extremely nervous. Just these guys meant so much to me. This poster was released in the 70s. I owned it way back then. It's the Dodgers 430 home run hitters, I think from 1977 or 78, 77. Steve Garvey, Reggie Smith, Ronce, and Dusty Baker. And this was given away as some type of promotion, I believe at Dodger Stadium. I bought this 20 years, I had a copy, but like most of my stuff from childhood, I probably threw it away or who knows what happened to it. And I bought this on eBay about 20, 30 years ago, and I got it framed, and now it sits on my wall. And then so I put up that in the center, and then I've got my wall back here. You see Tommy Lasorda. I got to meet all these guys at a card show, a little Frank and Sons card show here outside of LA. Steve Garvey, Jerry Royce, Davey Lopes. And then on this side, my favorite player, Ronce. Yeah, Tommy Lasorda was the third base coach back then. Welcome him in after a home run. Dave Stewart. And then up top, Dusty Baker, and then shortstop Bill Russell. So I have the famous infield of Garvey, Lopes, Russell, and Say. I have about 10 other autographs. They're all on the walls in my garage. It's so funny. When I used to kind of collect autographs, and when I said, oh, one day I'm going to buy a house and I'm going to put all my autograph photos up. Yeah, the reality is that just doesn't happen because you kind of look like some scary fanboy. So I only have autographs in this area here. So I've never put up all my autographs. There's my girl Sadie. Say hi to everybody, Sadie. All right, let's go down here. And these are my my baseball books. Some of these I bought these when I was a child. On Wednesdays, we used to or once a month in elementary school, they would send us this paper of books that we wanted to order, and our parents would give us money. My sister bought me The Baseball Life of Willie Mays, and then I bought The Baseball Life of Sandy Koufax. And they're actually really good reads. They're paperbacks, but they get the job done. Then here's some old stuff here. Here's my lunchbox. Does anyone remember this lunchbox? Play ball, magnetic kit. Had a baseball game in the back. This came without the thermos. I bought this years later. And then back here I have a U2 book. It's a U2 tour book from 2015. A friend of mine always gets me passes to get in. And then there's some vinyl records down here. These are mine. A bunch of Beatles records. And then these records in here are the last records my brother bought the day before he suddenly passed away. And I've just always kept them in there. So, yeah. So let's go over here to the other wall. There you see Sadie's cat condo. Yeah, she still uses it. Okay. We'll get to that part in a minute. Let's show off some photographs first. So this is my LA Kings wall. I am a big hockey fan. And I used to have season seats when Gretzky played at the Forum. And then I got seats just in the nick of time. In 2010, I went back to Staples Center, bought a 10-game package, which allowed me to see the Kings win 2 Stanley Cups in 3 years. You know what? Probably the best sports memories of my life, attending these things. And these are the photos that I've posted from that night. My cousin took this photo, by the way, from his seats that night. This one photo. This one was taken by a professional photographer. There's Luke Robitaille. I am a huge fan of Luke. I've met him several times. He is the nicest guy in the world. Super nice guy. And I have a really good photo of him. And he and I took a photo with the Stanley Cup together at one of his benefits a few months later. Kelly Rudy, Alex Zhitnik, worst trade the Kings ever made, traded him to the Buffalo Sabres for Grant Fuhr. If you notice, I don't get autographs of newer players. I just tend not to do that. So these are all photos of Kings from the 80s and 90s. And then this was the photo that night when they won the Stanley Cup. They're getting their photo taken with the cup. I had waited my entire life. I mean, if I keep talking, I seriously will start to cry. So here's the LA Times photo, finally thrown together. I was there that night. It was just incredible. It's just the memory of a lifetime. And then up here, we have current GM, Rob Blake. And I met him at a baseball card show, or no, baseball card store in Glendora, California, that no longer exists. Dave Taylor, longtime King. And the last but not least, Hall of Famer Yari Curry. He played several years with the Kings. I met all these guys along with Rick Tocchet and some other guys at a card show. Let's see. Okay, so in here, another case from the Penzani Display Company. I bought a case. Here's where I put my graded slabs that aren't on walls. And you'll see, I've got some 30s cards, 50s cards. There's a 53 Spawn. There's a Harvey Haddix rookie. 60 or 55 golden stamps. Luis Aparicio. There's a Koufax back there. Duke Snyder. Who else? Tony Perez rookie. Jim Fregosi. Jim Rice rookie. Paul Molitor rookie. Eddie Collins. The cards, these cards are eventually going to go on a display case. They're just kind of stuck here for the moment because I had a revelation of what I want to do in this room. So that's my display case. My larger cards end up coming in this case. It's an old 45 case where I have the 1929 Cashin, 1971 Ticketron Dodgers, 1967 Pinups. I have the entire set of that. 1980 Top Super. I have the entire set of that. So that's where my big cards go. And I'm one of those, my cards have to go somewhere. They either go in, the big cards go here. The sets all have binders. Graded cards are either in this case or on the wall. And then right here, my library card cases are where my Dodger team sets go. So let's go over here. These are actually two individual cases. I bought these several years ago. And it's funny, when I bought these, I thought I was the only one who thought about using library display cases. And about 2 years ago when I jumped on YouTube, I noticed several of you guys had them. So it was kind of neat to see that I wasn't the only one who was thinking along these lines. So let's go to the top of the display case. What do we got here? 1913 Fatima Dodger card. Back here's the 51 Topps team set Dodgers. One of my Dodger caps. I have several. That one's from the 2017 World Series. I hope my brother-in-law is not watching this because this is his Christmas gift. I just bought it this week. 71 Jerry West. He loves the Lakers, so I give him a card every year. And then some of this stuff down here is from the LA Rams. Gifts they send me as a season ticket holder. This is like the original dirt from SoFi, and this is a commemorative ticket of the very first game at SoFi, which unfortunately was played in front of an empty audience because of COVID. So they sent us that. And then way down here are all the boxes. They put all our gifts in really nice boxes, and I don't have the heart to throw them away. So they sit. All right. So let's go up here. So in here are my Dodger display, or my Dodger team sets. And I have roughly, with the exception of the 52 high numbers, I have all the Topps cards from 51 through present day. Then I have a bunch of 30s, 40s cards. So if you see here, there's a Van Lingo Mungo 1938 Gaudy. Each card is put in a penny sleeve. Then the penny sleeve goes into a premium top loader. And then each set gets divided, labeled. I've learned all these things just from social media of how to display cards. I have fed off so many ideas from other people. So it's really helped in my videos. Here's 1940 play ball, 1941 double play, 49 Bowman, that's a Pee Wee Reese right there. 50 Bowman, that's a Pee Wee Reese right there. Gil Hodges. Down here, 54 Bowman. Let me see if I can get a good angle there. 54 Topps. 55 Bowman. So all my vintage is in here. All these are golden stamps cards. 55 Dodgers. Some of these guys, like if they're Hall of Famers, you know, if they're Sandy or Jackie or Duke, I might have raw and graded versions of them. Walter Alston. 57 Topps. These are all duplicates, these 57 Topps. 58, Charlie Neal. And I don't want to knock this thing down. So you could see this is how I display all my Dodger cards. And in this one, you know, we see 1960s Topps, 1966 Topps, 1961, 68, and all these. And I like putting them in top loaders. That way I can pick them up, I can look at them. And if somebody else wants to look at them, I don't mind. There's my 69 Topps. And we just keep going. And here I've got 73. Here's where I finally start getting into the non-vintage era. 81 Donruss, Steve Garvey. For the, if you're not a Topps card, I only have like 81 through 84 Donruss and Fleer. It's just, I'm not going to collect every single Dodger card ever created. I'm just not that way. And then the smaller drawers, this is a different set. Here you see 82 Fleer, 84 Topps. We start getting into a little bit more modern cards, 94 Topps, 90 Topps. I could sit here and show you guys all day, but you're going to get bored. 2009 Topps, 2001 Topps, 2002 Topps. And last but not least, we finally make it. Here's 2017, 2018. So we almost make it to modern day. It's just they ended up in a different drawer. Eventually, when I bought these two cases, I thought this would last me forever, capacity-wise, and it hasn't. So I have resorted now to move my Topps Heritage cards into this display case. So this is Topps Heritage 2001 through present day. So there's a 2004 Chad Hermanson, Paul LaDuca, Jim Tracy, Dodger manager. You see 2012, Don Mattingly, Dodger manager. So here's where all my Topps Heritage cards end up. I don't buy modern cards, with the exception of the Topps Dodger team sets and the Topps Heritage. Those are the only ones I dare purchase. So that's where these guys go. Let's close that up. And then here, this was a housewarming gift. I'm friends with a famous agent. I know his executive assistant. She got me this Tommy Lasorda signed Dodger Stadium seat. And she gave me that as a housewarming gift. It's amazing. And then when you go up here, excuse the glare, there is my Sandy Koufax autograph photo. I got this at the National. Somewhere in the, 96, 97, 98, somewhere around there. Sandy was super nice to me that day. As we continue on this wall, I met Kirk Gibson. He was doing a signing in Irvine, California. Another nice guy, pretty intense guy. But he signed that for me. Let's see if we can get way down there. Unfortunately, this photo is of someone who, as of last week, is no longer on the Dodgers, but he was my favorite player, and that's Cody Bellinger. And that's him hitting a home run in the 2020 World Series. So that's one wall there. And then we move over to this wall. This is kind of like my memorial to athletes I admire who are no longer with us. Roberto Clemente, Kobe Bryant, excuse the glare. And then down here, I was watching, since the World Cup's going on, I was watching the documentary, the 30 for 30, the two Escobars, and I am of Colombian descent. So I have decided to add another photo here of Andres Escobar, the legendary player of the Colombian national team that was murdered after the World Cup in 1994. All right, one more display case. I got this in my very first Rams game. It's a scarf. I saw Pearl Jam a few months ago, and they made stickers, a Ram sticker, which I really like. Okay, one more display case. This is where, well, I have some of my modern cards. See, 2020 Topps Dodgers, 2020 Topps Dodger update. So they're all here. And then I also have commons from 51 through 69. So if I don't have a set, I try to collect 10 to 15% of the set as well. The 53 Topps are duplicates. And then these are just junk wax as placeholders for the moment. This drawer is the one that seems to have, yeah, there's my 54 Topps, 55 Topps, 56 Topps, all again in top loaders, penny sleeves and top loaders, 57 Topps, 58 Topps. And you'll see, so I have them for other years, 64, 66. So all that is where my non-Dodger, non-set cards go. Now, one thing I should point out when it comes to this room, I try to keep, with all due respect to everybody, because you guys all have incredible rooms and they're all different works of art, I try to make my card room aesthetically pleasing. Not one of the things I try to avoid looking like is some crazy fanboy or a hoarder. And I know that a lot of us have a lot of cards. So I have only $20,000 or 20,000. I only have 20,000 cards, and I think that's more than enough. I know some of you guys have several hundred thousands, and that's just not for me. I mean, congratulations if you've gotten that far. That's just not for me. So when you get to my closet, you don't see a bunch of cards. The only cards you're going to see, this box up here is supplies. This box up here is dupes, which I'm going to send to ComC in 2023. And then this bottom box is all junk wax Dodger cards from 1985 to 1999. I don't even include them in my set. Someday I might, but for now I won't. Those are my brother's record albums. I'm holding those until my niece is able to take charge of them. He has an incredible record collection. Here I've got some newspaper. I keep newspapers. When the Rams won the Super Bowl. This has some Dodger photos, and then I just have some books. By the way, if you've never read this Yankee book, The Dog Days, or Dog Days, it talks about it's about the Yankees from 1965 to 1976. It's really good. Big fan of the Kinks. I've contributed to a few books of theirs in the past. Pearl Jam, the Kim Burns baseball book. Down here, I was going to show this to you guys, but maybe I'll do it in another video because I can already tell this video is going to be getting old. I bought this the night after the Kings won the Stanley Cup, and in here are all my newspaper accounts and programs of when the Kings won their 2 Stanley Cups. Just a crazy time. So I'll have to show that in another video, just because this video is already getting long. All right, so the last wall. This is where my sets go. So let me back up a little here. I'm trying not to hit the edit button. All right, so here is where my sets are. The 3 binders are on the top. Those are all hockey binders that I just recently discovered in the closet when I was cleaning it out. I'll be working on those at some point. They're either sets or near or close to sets. And then the sets below that, those are baseball sets from 1953. I'm going to really go with 53 through 84. You'll see these are 53s. That's my 53 set. I bought this incredible binder from this guy, Baseball Card Binders. I found them on Facebook. Unfortunately, I heard the owner passed away several months ago. So I'm not able to purchase any more. So I put all of my, I'm still in the process of it, but I put all of my binders into binder sleeves. Kind of like a library. This way I can kind of, unfortunately, I can abuse them a little if I need to move them around. 57 set. I need one more card, Brooks Robinson. My 64 Topps Giants are in there along with my 2011 Topps Lineage. The 2011 Topps Lineage is basically is basically the 1964 Topps Giant design. That's why it's included in there. Excuse me, 65 Topps. These are all complete, by the way, with the exception of the 57 that I mentioned. 70, 71, 72, 73. And if you notice, I put who won the World Series that year on the spine. 74, 75, 76, 77. Now we're starting to get a little bit more modern. 78, 79, 81 and 80, 80 and 81, 82 and 83 when Topps stopped providing team pictures. So I started choosing the league leader cards of teams that won that year. In 84, this is an 84 Fleer set. They had those team decal sets. Hi, Sadie. They had those team decal sets, so I used that for the Tigers. 87 Topps, I bought that when it first came out, and it's not a great set, but I still have it. 92 Bowman, 89 Upper Deck. This one is 2015 Topps Heritage. I need about 10 of those cards. And then the bottom one is the 1983 Topps. Okay, Sadie. The 1983 Topps reprints of the 1952 Topps sets. 402 cards. And then I bought the 5 cards of the players that, the original cards of the guys that didn't sign off on the reproduction. And then in there, I also have this this set. Topps released in, I want to say the 90s. It's the Brooklyn Dodgers cards from 1952 to 1956. That's also in there. All right, so this is the room. And I'm going to hit pause for a moment here and move outside because we're going to go to the display room. I don't know what I should call that, but I'll show you guys my display room. All right, there's going to be a really good glare on this, so just so you know. All right, so here's my Dodger wall, 1909 to present day. You see a T206 Zach Wheat, 1950 Cracker Jack, Jake Dalbert. I think that's a 1927 W560, Dazzy Vance, Leo, DeRocher, play ball, 41 play ball, Kirby Higbee and Pee Wee Reese, Dolph Camilli, there's the Pee Wee rookie, and there's the Campy rookie. The glare is just brutal on this. All right, Hodges, Snyder, Jackie, 50 Jackie. I picked that up this year. That was one of my big pickups for the year. More Campy, Ralph Branca, Roy Campanella, Pee Wee, Duke Snyder, and Carl Erskine. By the way, that's a rookie Carl Erskine, 51 Bowman. Way down there, Duke Snyder, 51 Topps, 52 Bowman Campy, 52 Bowman Duke, Big Nuke Don Newcomb, 52 Bowman, Campy, or I'm sorry, Preacher Row, 52 Topps, 53 Pee Wee, 53 Bowman Campy, Gil Hodges, followed by Jackie Robinson. And then the bottom row of the first display case, we got Roy Campanella, Pee Wee, Jim Gilliam, Padres, Duke Snyder, Jackie, Gil Hodges, the rookie Lasorda, and Jackie Robinson. All right, let's move the display down here. This is my second take of doing this. I messed up the first time. And I mentioned this in, if any of you have any tips on how to get rid of the glare, I'd greatly reshoot this video, this part of the video for you. All right, so there's Duke Snyder, Campy, 55 Snyder, 56 Jack, Koufax, Campy, Gil Hodges, Duke Snider, Dodger team card. Pee Wee, Don Drysdale rookie. More Pee Wee. I think that's the last Pee Wee I have graded. Duke Snider, the final Campy player card. Koufax, Dodger Sluggers. Dodgers moved to LA. We got Koufax and Carl Furillo. Willie Mays along with Duke Snider. Koufax again. Drysdale. Campy. Frank Howard. After a while in the 60s, these cards start becoming dominated by Sandy Koufax, especially this next row here. You see 62 Topps, 63 Fleer, then you got Amari Wills, Walter Alston, Koufax 63. I like this Tommy Davis card. He won 2 batting titles in the 60s, and this one features Roberto Clemente, Dick Groat, and Hank Aaron. Koufax, again, 64, 65, 66. Last display case, Don Sutton rookie, Don Drysdale, Koufax, Marichal, Gaylord, Perry, Bob Gibson on one card. Drysdale. Okay, here's where the Dodgers stopped winning titles for a while. You see a rookie Steve Garvey, a rookie Tom Pashork with Dusty Baker and Don Baylor on there. Pinch hitter extraordinaire, Manny Mota, Davey Lopes, Ron Say, Jimmy Wynn, my favorite player from the 74 team, Steve Garvey, Steve Yeager, Don Sutton, Fernando Mania, who could forget? And then we get down here, next row, Steve Sachs, Oral Hershiser, Ramon Martinez, Kirk Gibson. That's obvious, you know what he did there. He had a home run in the 88 World Series. Eric Karros, Hideo Nomo. That's a Japanese, that's my one and only Japanese card. I bought this Hideo Nomo card. Ramon Martinez, or Pedro Martinez, excuse me. Like Piazza rookie. Adrian Beltre rookie. Both guys going into the Hall, or Piazza's case already in the Hall. Didn't go in as a Dodger. I don't expect Beltre to either. Eric Gagne, Andre Ethier rookie when he was on the A's, Matt Kemp, Clayton Kershaw, rookie, Justin Turner rookie on the Orioles, Mookie Betts rookie on the Red Sox, Corey Seager rookie, Cody Bellinger rookie, Walker Buehler rookie. All right, so that's the Dodger wall. Let's move over to the other one. Okay, now to the Hall of Fame wall. These are not rookies. Some of them are rookies, some of them aren't. These are from 1948 or 1949 to present day. Eventually, the post-1981 cards are going to get their own display case, but for now, they're sharing a wall with these guys. There's Hank Aaron, Richie Ashburn, Ernie Banks, Johnny Bench, Yogi Berra, George Brett. One of my favorite players growing up. Lou Brock, Jim Bunning, Rod Carew. I got to work with him on the Angels. Very professional guy, very nice though. Steve Carlton, Orlando Cepeda, and my first non-Hall of Famer, who frankly I think should be, Roger Clemens. Third row, Bob, Roberto Clemente. He's Roberto on this one. Forgive me that I said Bob. Larry Doby, Dennis Eckersley. We're on Indians row here. Bob Feller, Carlton Fisk, Whitey Ford, Bob Gibson, Ken Griffey Jr., Tony Gwynn, Ricky, Catfish, Reggie Jackson. Now we're on an A's roll here. There's Reggie. And the bottom row, let me step down here. My apologies. I'm trying to do this all in one take. Fergie, Derek Jeter, Al Kaline, Harmon Killebrew, Ralph Kiner, Bob Lemon. And the last display case, we got the Mick, 53 Mickey Mantle, Marichal rookie, 53 Matthews, because I'm never going to buy the rookie card, so that's as close as I get to getting the second year instead. 53 Mays, 60 McCovey rookie, Joe Morgan, Eddie Murray, Stan Musial, Satchel, Jim Palmer, rookie, Gaylord Perry rookie, rest in peace, Albert Pujols, future Hall of Famer. I chose the upper deck. It's the only one I could find. The other ones are really expensive. Cal Ripken, Robin Roberts rookie, Brooks Robinson, Frank Robinson rookie, Pete Rose, Kim McMullen's in that card too. My favorite Nolan Ryan card, the 69 Nolan Ryan. Mike Schmidt, Tom Seaver, Warren Spahn, Willie Stargell, Mike Trout, another future Hall of Famer, Billy Williams. Last row, Ted Williams, Dave Winfield, Yaz, Robin Yount rookie. And then I ended up with some home run leaders from 1962, the 1963 top set, and from the 1966 top set, the batting leaders. Just love those cards with all those Hall of Famers. So there's your look at my display cases. And if you stuck around this long, I generally thank you for sticking around. I apologize for the glare again, but I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take care.